Hello, my name's Simon Peters. I'm the Sales Director of Tyrone Textiles. I'd like to welcome Dr. Hillary with us today. We are today going to be talking about some net curtains. So, isn't it true, Dr. Hillary, that net curtains have, as well as looking good, have some great health benefits?
They really do have health benefits. As a GP, I sit in my surgery at this time of year, spring, early summer, and thousands of people are coming in with symptoms of hay fever. So they've got red, sore, itchy eyes, itchy throat, bunged up nose, and so much of this is preventable. Yes, I could give them medicines, but far better to prevent the problem in the first place. And net curtains have always had a place. We've always said, try and stop pollen coming in from outside into the home. The grass is growing, the trees are in full bloom. There's so much pollen, it's like soup out there in the atmosphere, particularly at the early part of the day as the sun comes up and the heat rises, and in the evening when the air cools and the pollen falls down again, it comes into the home. So putting up net curtains can trap and filter a lot of this pollen and significantly reduce people's symptoms of hay fever.
And we did some research recently with Nottingham Trent University and found that different net curtains react differently and act differently. So we've designed a whole range of enhanced living net curtains which trap and filter more pollen and dust to stop it from coming into your room.
That's really interesting, because obviously the particle size of the pollen will be trapped by smaller holes in the net curtain. So design is going to be important.
Yeah, especially when you've got more pattern work, it obviously stops more of the pollen getting through.
If I was going to purchase net curtains and fit them myself, how would I go about that?
Well, it's quite simple. There are no standard window sizes in the UK, but there are standard drops in net curtains.
Okay.
So the first thing to do is measure the drop of your window. Work out how deep it is, and then from there you can go to a shop and check the different measurements that it comes in.
Right.
Next, measure the width of your window. Now, with a standard net curtain, you want to take the width of your window and then times it by about 2 or 2.5 times for the most effective gather, which is what we call the amount of fabric up at the window.
Yeah, and presumably the more gather, the more capturing and filtration that you get.
Absolutely, because the more net you've got there, the more folds you get, and then you can get better capture of the net dust and the pollen in the net curtain.
Okay.
So for example, this window is roughly about 1 metre, 1.2 metres wide. So you get 2.5 metres worth of window, of net curtain, and then it's about 45 inches drop, about 115 centimetres drop, which is a standard size for net curtains, but they do come in around 10 different drops. So you can get slightly longer if you want it to go to the sill or slightly below the sill, and then once you've got your net curtain, you can hang it up, see if it fits to the right drop, and if it doesn't, you can just fold it over and tack it just to make sure it's the right drop.
Okay, so if it's doing the job we want in terms of protecting people from pollen, how often do you need to wash the net curtains, and does that affect their quality?
In actual fact, it enhances the quality from a dust and pollen filtration point of view. Obviously, when the dust is being captured on the nets, it's all going to stick there, and you want to get rid of that so that you don't get the symptoms of asthma or hay fever. So it's very simple. Take down your net curtain, fold them up. You can do this every 2 or 3 months. Fold them up, put them in a pillowcase, in a washing machine at 30 degrees on a gentle wash, and then once the cycle's finished, hang them out either back on your net rod or on a line for them to dry, and you can put them back up again and they'll be white as anything, and all of the dust and pollen will be removed from the net curtain.
And no shrinkage in the material?
No shrinkage. They're all made of 100% polyester, so you shouldn't get any shrinkage at all.
Okay, and if you take them down on a day where the pollen count is low, you should be all right.
Absolutely. The other thing you can do is have 2 sets of net curtains.
Of course.
Put one up whilst you're washing and then take it down if you want to. People also do that.
Okay, brilliant. Well, it looks very straightforward. It's very sensible. You know, there are so many preventative things you can do for hay fever and asthma, but actually very few people do it. And I always encourage them as a doctor, think about prevention rather than treatment. Prevention first, treatment later. But there's so much you can do to cut that pollen count and protect all that pollen from coming inside.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your help today, Dr. Hillary. If you've got any more information or any more questions, please feel free to check our user guides on the website. There's information how to measure your net curtains and also the benefits of net curtains. See you soon.